Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Desha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining, taking out your most valuable time to study Bhagavad Gita. I offer my humble respects to all of you. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha, kripasindhubhya eva cha, patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Thank you, Shikil Mataji, Anita Mataji, and Anjali Priya for joining. I also see one Mataji with the or Prabhu RDY. Would like to share your name and where are you joining from so we can welcome you properly. RDY, and to unmute and speak. Okay, that's fine. Thank you for joining. So, on the request of Shikil Mataji, we will talk about this verse. Chapter 2, text number 14, 1-4. Anyone knows which verse is that? It's one of the very, very important verses of Bhagavad Gita. So you'll all recite it and then study the purport, translation, and then we'll take some thoughts. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshana sukha dukkha Agamapaino nitya stam stitikshva subharata. Okay, maybe all of you can also quickly recite if you feel inspired. Whoever is in a position to, please unmute and recite. Anyone would like to?
Hare Krishna. I can recite, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhada agamapayino nityas tamsatiti takshasva bharata.
Very nice. Anyone else would like to recite? Okay. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Do the synonyms also. Matra sparshas, sensory perception. 2. Only. Kaunteya, O son of Kunti. Shita, winter. Ushana, summer. Sukha, happiness. Dukkha, and pain. Da, giving. Agama, appearing. Apayinaha, disappearing. Anitya, non-permanent. Tan, all of them. Titikshasva, just try to tolerate. Bharata, O descendant of the Bharat dynasty. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and the disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O sign of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. Hare Krishna. Anyone wants to read the purport? In a position to? Yes, you will message. Yeah, maybe you can read.
Hare Krishna. In the proper discharge of duty, one has to learn to tolerate non permanent appearances and disappearances of happiness and distress. According to Vedic injunction, one has to take his bath early in the morning, even during the month of Magh, January, February. It is very cold at that time, but in spite of that, a man who abides by the religious principles does not hesitate to take his bath. Similarly, a woman does not hesitate to cook in the kitchen in the months of May and June, the hottest part of the summer season. One has to execute his duty in spite of climatic inconveniences. Similarly, to fight is the religious principles of the Kshatriyas, and although one has to fight with some friend or relative, one should not deviate from his prescribed duty. One has to follow the prescribed rules and regulations of religious principles in order to rise up to the platform of knowledge, because by knowledge and devotion only can one liberate himself from the clutches of Maya, illusion. The two different names of address given to Arjuna are also significant. To address him as Kaunteya signifies his great blood relations from his mother's side, and to address him as Bharata signifies his greatness from his father's side. From both sides, he is supposed to have a great heritage. A great heritage brings responsibility in the matter of proper discharge of duties. Therefore, he cannot avoid fighting. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing, for reading. Let's try to dive deeper in this verse about tolerance, right? So, what did we read? What did we read in the purport? What are the key things from the purport? Anyone? What is Srila Prabhupada mentioning? I mean, this theme is tolerance. Okay, one thing you remember from the purport. One thing.
Just Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So continue doing your duty even if the situation is not favorable.
Very nice. Prabhupada gives here some examples also. One is like the woman in the kitchen. Well, it may not apply these days because especially in America, like everything is like air conditioned. So one may be in the kitchen, but one may not get any, like physical discomfort, at least like the heat. But this example is more relevant when someone is in the summer months, May, June, are very hot, especially in the northern India. It's very, very hot. The hot winds are blowing, and at that time, like 50 years back, when Sri Prabhupada is writing these purports, the families would not have one or two children. They would have average 7 to 10 children. Like think of our parents or grandparents. Most of them, not saying all, but most of them had like at least good 5, 7 children. And for the mother to cook for like 5, 7 children or 10 sometimes is no joke, right? And that too, were there any air conditions at that time? There were no, I think fans were also a luxury, right? 50 years back, 70 years back. Mhm. It is mentioned in early 1900s when Taj Mahal, when these Taj 5-star, in Mumbai, where they were advertised, where the terrorist attacks also happened in the Taj Hotel, these rooms have fans. Can you imagine? That was like the advertisement that these are the 5-star hotels with fans. So imagine that's the time, that's the context here. So one should not hesitate or only do things when circumstances are favorable. And that doesn't take a great person, but to do the right thing, even when circumstances may not be so palatable, like cooking in the hot summer months, that certainly takes a lot of love, determination, hard work. And this theme of Bhagavad Gita, tolerance or being equipoised, is mentioned in at least 50 verses of Bhagavad Gita. Different chapters, different ways Krishna is mentioning this theme. Who is more dear? One who tolerates. Who is equipoised? Who tolerates the urges of body, mind, belly, etc. So that's one point. What just in context to Arjuna, Krishna is saying that you must fight. Whether the opponent is your brother, right? You should not deviate from dharma, the prescribed rules and regulation. Hmm. Because even if like Ravana was wrong, right? Kumbhakarna knew that, but Kumbhakarna did not, like he tried to say Ravana give back Sita, but ultimately ended up supporting because of familial connection, because of bodily relationship. But Vibhishana, Ramnavami is just coming in few days. Vibhishana, he did dharma. Hmm. He followed dharma, although it was hard, right? His own brother kicked him out, but he followed dharma. Hmm. So, what are the two different names to address Arjuna here? What are the two names?
Kaunteya and Bharata.
Kaunteya and Bharata. So, what does that mean? Why are they significant? Prabhupada is saying.
Kaunteya is the son of Kunti, so he has a great heritage from the mother's side. And Bharata is coming from the father's side because he's a descendant of Bharata. And basically, it's lineating that the heritage is exemplary, it's great. So, Prabhupada says that there are some responsibilities that come with great heritage. So, that's why those two names are there.
Thank you. A great heritage brings responsibility in the matter of proper discharge. So we also have great heritage. We are the children and grandchildren of Srila Prabhupada, right? It's a great responsibility on our shoulders, is it not? How we act, how we behave, how we talk, how we respect others, etc. Because what will people say? Oh, ISKCON people, oh, they are like this. Why? Because I saw ABC devotee, right? So they will see devotee and they will see, how the heritage is. Which always Radhanath Swami Maharaj always mentions this, that our conduct, our behavior, our actions, words, etc., should be such that it does not cause any blemish to the spiritual master. blemishes, धब्बा. इसे बोलते हैं ना, कुल के नाम पे कलंक है. कलंक नहीं बनना, कुल का चिराग बनना, राइट? कुल दीपक, जो कुल का नाम रोशन कर. One who enlightens the whole heritage. One who gives a good name. Oh, look at the disciple and the grand disciple of Srila Prabhupada. They're so glorious. This is our responsibility. Prabhupada is our grandfather or great grandfather, or in whatever relationship. We are the followers of Rupa Goswami, right? Rupa Nugas, great descendant, great. See, the descendant by bodily birth and bodily, mother, father, that changes every birth. माता पिता मिले जन्म जन्म, शुद्ध गुरु मिले once. जन्म जन्म माता पिता तो मिलते रहते हैं, जानवर के भी होते हैं, चींटी के भी हैं, डॉग के भी हैं, पिग के भी हैं. But to get the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, our true father, our true shelter, that's our real connection, heritage. So we should always remember that, always, and try to bring good name to the heritage, right? If the son does good or daughter does good, don't the mother, father feel happy? Don't the grandparents feel happy? Oh, my son won a gold medal in school or college. Oh, my grandson, look at him. He is a scientist or whatnot, right? People generally take pride in material achievements mostly. I mean, there's nothing wrong, but they feel happy. Oh, or sometimes, oh, person from my town won a gold medal in the Olympics. My town. He may not be even family connected. Or my state, from my state. See, that's not truly my, because it's on the basis of body. But our heritage is primarily, we're talking about the spiritual heritage. So it's a beautiful point here that it brings responsibility. So Arjuna, in short, why are you acting like a coward? Why are you acting low? Get up, arise from sense perception. Sorry, arise from these dualities. These hot and cold, these friend and enemy, they appear and disappear. So let's expand this further. Put some notes, the different types of dualities. So one is on the physical level, right? What are the things we tolerate or should tolerate or is good for us to tolerate on the physical level? The example here is heat and cold, right? In the winter months, it's cold in many parts of the world, right? Or basically like weather-related things, right? There are sometimes storms, there are sometimes, harsh winds, rains. So weather. What else on a physical level? So we'll talk about the mental, emotional, and spiritual things also. But we're talking about physical dualities, which should tolerate. Any other physical dualities? Is the location, right? Think about it, whether it's India or America. Some people feel so distressed. Oh, when will I get my visa? When will I get this? Right? Okay, visa nahi mila, koi baat nahi, India chale jana. There are so many places. It's not that people in India or in India or America, if someone is happy, will be happy everywhere. If someone is miserable, they'll be miserable everywhere. The location is not going to make. Same with the weather. Some people are so happy, right? Whether it's heat or cold, some people, it's because Gaur Gopal Prabhu says this, by the rule, man is a fool. When it's hot, he wants it cool. When it is cool, he wants it hot, always wanting what is not. सर्दी में गर्मी चाहिए, गर्मी में सर्दी चाहिए. But happy people, okay, it's cold. I can't do anything about it. I can just adjust myself. Okay, I'll wear a jacket. Do the needful, Prabhupada said. I'll wear a jacket and and feel this as like a cool embrace of Krishna. Okay, it's hard. That's fine. Krishna says, it's Krishna's son, right? It's Krishna's eyes. Okay, I'll wear summer cotton clothes and, which are breathable and not put a jacket. I'll do the needful and be happy. But some people, they'll always complain. Why the temperature is this? Why is this? How I wish, I was in this city. How I wish I was in that city. Happiness is not about heat and cold. Happiness is not about India or America or any other country for that matter. So weather-related things we can say, um, location, what else on a physical level? You can say the kind of job, right? Also, right? Uh, Workplace. Well, we're not saying to not aspire for change or, like if the job is torturous or job is not good, but you have to learn to be happy in every situation, right? Same with money, right? The income, how much income one is earning. It may vary, it's a physical thing, right? What else? The kind of home one may have, whether it's rental or own, whether it's 1,000 square feet or 5,000 square feet or 500 square feet. There are people who are happy in a two-bedroom, their family of 10 people happy in a two-bedroom place, 700 square feet, very, very happy. And there are people who have 7,000 square feet, two people, and they are miserable. So which also shows the size of the home does not matter, big or small, right? There are people who are millionaires, but they don't have happiness, right? Physically rich or poor, right? That's also kind of, you can say, physical aspect. So what else? Our kind of relationship also, right? Or we can say like ashram, right? Married, bachelor, etc. Some people say, oh, sannyasi, I'll be very happy if I take sannyas, right? Some people say, well, if I get married, I'll be very happy. Again, happiness is not connected to the ashrama either. Mm. These are some thoughts on the physical level. What on the mental or emotional level? Krishna. What?
So, in case my thought is not matching with somebody, I still can befriend with that person.
Okay. So mental, emotional, what we said, heterogeneous, still harmonious, right? That's the words of Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. And by the way, this is an advertisement. Tomorrow and day after, His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu will be giving classes on Zoom. I'll share the Zoom link with all of you. So you all, we all, I will also tune in. It's the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So please, or 7:30, I'll share whatever the time is. So I'll share the Zoom link. He's going to give classes in Lachua Temple. So please try to attend via Zoom. So heterogeneous basically means we may not have the same opinions, right? Like mentally, like Anita Mataji may like, strawberry ice cream and I may like butterscotch ice cream. That doesn't mean when we have to fight about it that my choice is better or your choice is better, right? We can fight for 2 hours about it. What will it lead to? Nothing. It will lead to disharmony. But yes, we understand that we have different choices about the ice cream, but we can still work in harmony, right? So another great classic example shared is um, man apamana, right? On the emotional level, we feel happiness and distress, or fame or defaming, right? Sukha and dukkha. This is on mental level, na? Right? Someone said bad words, we are very dukkha, sad. Someone says, oh, you are great, you are this, you are this, we are happy. So on the mental level, the mind makes heaven out of hell and hell out of heaven. It's a beautiful words in this connection. That how mind makes this everything. Asha hi parama dukkham, nirashayam paramam sukham, yatha sanchintya kanshtam, sukham su shwapa pingala. Material desire is undoubtedly the cause of the greatest unhappiness. So, material desire is the cause. Asha, expectation. Okay, I think I was referring to this verse. Manah param karanam amananti. Nayam jano, log nahi hai. Nayam jano sukha dukkha hetu. People are not the cause of my sukha and dukkha. Oh, devata? No, na devata. Griha, planets? No, not the planets. Oh, karma, action? No. Kala, time? No. What is the param karan? Manah param karanam amananti. Man is the main karan, which keeps us revolving around in this birth and death cycle. So sukha, dukkha. What else? What else on the mental level we should tolerate? Hmm.
Would you man upman you already discussed? Honor, dishonor.
Mhm. Honor, dishonor. Nice. Man,
Mm,
apman.
yeah, Prabhuji, sometimes like our own thoughts, like makes us feel low, or
Mhm.
like sometimes we are happy.
Yeah. So sometimes the mind may go in too much like overconfident and underconfident, right? Or self-fame um, and self-guilt, right? So sometimes we may be in the guilt mode, oh, I'm so bad. And sometimes we may be too much in the sky, right? That there's no one better than me, or guilt and pride. These are also like two extremes, right? Pride is bad, guilt is also bad. Hmm.
Yes, Prabhuji. I just wanted to share my realization that I am recently reading Gita again. So what I like you said yesterday, right? That every time you read Gita, every time you probably have different realization. So first time when I read, that was my first time. So I realized that I have to reach to the mode of goodness. That's my goal. Like that kind of I had the realization. This time when I'm reading, I'm having this realization more deeper that Arjun's fear was his mental concoction, is a word like we can say, and it is because he was on the bodily level, so he has to come out of that. So similarly, like whatever fear or guilt or so much attachment that we get, it is our own bodily conception and mental concoction. So this is the realization I'm getting this time, second time when I'm reading, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, just want to share that.
The first time years, you said your goal was to
To
come
reach to the mode of
to
goodness.
okay, good mode of goodness. And now what's the goal?
That I don't have to be so much attached with the mental concoction. Like I just have to find a way to not too much feel attached or feel guilty or fearful about something. Rather, I have to practice neutrality. Like, I don't have to get overexcited, or don't have to be like, oh, I'm feeling so bad. I have to become neutral. So this is what my this time uh, realization
Very
is.
nice. And that's how it happens. First, first we have to take care of the physical aspect, like the mode of goodness in the physical aspect, like eating certain things, not eating certain things, sleeping time, getting up time, the kind of physical habits. But now you're saying from physical to mental, right? Good.
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
Very thoughtful. So overconfidence, guilt, pride. So balancing those. What else? Uh, Overjoyed, and the opposite will be, it's like
Distress, happiness
distress.
and distress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. To be neutral or equipoised. To see what happens, maybe I'll draw it here. So how things go. It's not overnight things change. Okay. Good. So this is the so before coming to Krishna consciousness, this is our like emotions, positive, negative, right? And what happens? We are on the extremes. And happy, very happy. Then suddenly something happens. We're in this crest and trough. Then we try to get back, and suddenly something. And you see, we are in the upper niche, hankering, lamenting. But after coming to Krishna consciousness, slowly what happens? We realize, oh, we have to learn to be equipoised. But that doesn't mean that it'll happen overnight. So suddenly, we will try our peaks will be less. You see, still we'll be happy, but not be like, you see, this. Maybe in physics we had these kind of, I forgot. You remember? Um, does this help? So that's how सुख में ज्यादा वो खुश नहीं होते and दुख में ज्यादा दुखी नहीं होते. Hmm? They also laugh, they also cry, but they're able to handle reversals, extremes much more maturely than anyone else. If someone speaks bad, it's not that they are a machine. They may get hurt. They may also lose a job, but their response will be totally different. That's Matra Sparshista content. सीताराम 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 कहिए याहे विधि राखे राम ताहे विधि रहिए. Beautiful bhajan. महलों में वास दे चाहे झोपड़ी में वास दे तू अकेला नहीं प्यारे राम तेरे साथ है. Right? Krishna is with there, Lord Ram is with us. Whether we live in India or America, mahal or a jhopadi, that doesn't matter. As long as we have bhakti, as long as we have holy name, and we have little prasad, life is set. So, tolerating the urges of mind is much harder than tolerating the urges of the body. So, these are the physical or the bodily things, right? But the mental are even harder. So, now in spiritual life, also in devotional life, also while practicing spiritual life, certain challenges may come, certain ups and downs may come in our life. So we must also tolerate in bhakti. Now, in bhakti, what all we should tolerate? Taste. Sometimes taste will come, taste or no taste. If we know it's good for us, keep doing. Because Maya will say, well, I don't feel like. So you feel like or don't feel like. Many people do things what they feel like and they stop doing it when they don't feel like, even if it's good for them. Like a jaundice patient, example. Jaundice patient may not feel like drinking sugarcane juice, which is the medicine, because it tastes bitter. Karva. Why should I drink this? It's like poison. It's so bitter. I don't want to take it. But that's a medicine that will help to cure. Mm. What else you need to tolerate in spiritual life? There'll be good days, there'll be some bad days, some challenges will come, struggles will come. Ups and downs, Krishna will send in bhakti also. Someday we will be in Vrindavan, feel like, and someday we will be in a remote city. I remember I was in a remote city for so many years of my life. It was tough, it was rough, but Bhagavatam protected. I used to study Bhagavatam, and at that time there was no Zoom or this, and I was by myself. I'll do my job, eat my food and do my like physical things I need. In the evening, I'll just try to do by myself. Whatever. There was no one around. It was a very remote town. Mhm. So basically, when we are in midst of thousands, hundreds of devotees, right? We should practice bhakti, but also in remote city and in solo, that's actually the real test. What are we doing when we are solo, right? Then one must remain equipoised, right? Same with bachelor or marriage. Sometimes some devotees are good in brahmachari ashram, or like before marriage they stop, or sometimes some women doing in teenage and they may stop later, or vice versa. So age will change, situations will change, right? Friends may change, right? People go to college, they may have new friends. But bhakti should not be compromised. Bhakti should always be unchanging. That's our Sanatan Dharma. Cities may change. Today we have a job in this city. Tomorrow we may have a job in different city. When we talk about tolerance, what examples come to your mind? Would someone like to share some examples which come to your mind when we talk about tolerance?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. For me, the first thing comes in mind for tolerance is the parenthood. It's yeah, I find it not easy. And I think that's one of the biggest thing that teaches us to be tolerant.
Yes. So they are your gurus. They're helping you to become dear to Krishna, is it not? Because they're helping you to become tolerant. So Krishna says, one who is equipoised is very, very dear to me. Hmm. One who is equipoised is very dear to me. In chapter 12, let's study this quickly. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitrikaruna eva cha nirmamo nirahankara sama sukha dukha shami sama dukha sukha shami santushta satatam yogi yatatma drida nishchaya mayarpita mano buddhir yomad bhakta same priya. Last line, yomad bhakta same priya. Anyone wants to read the translation? Anita Mataji, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji, you can read. One who is not envious but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. Hare Krishna.
Very bold. Do you feel that parenthood is helping you to become dear to Krishna?
But I lose that project every day, like at least at some point of time. So, yeah, it's again balancing act for between like for thinking about my own self, like I'm just trying to stop thinking that what I'm like, whether good, bad. I'm just like, okay, fine, because I'm losing every day at some point of time.
Fine. We're all in the journey, Mataji. As I mentioned, right? This about the journey, right? So I'll remind you of this like Srila Prabhupada story. So not recalling the details, but the essence I recall. Prabhupada disciple, young, new, Prabhupada took them to India. And these devotees were like 1 or 2 years in their bhakti journey. So one of the disciples was talking to an Indian person, and there was some argument. He was talking about some Mayavadi stuff, right? And this devotee was pakka, like young, strong, energetic. He said he like brought his like fist right next to his nose. Stop and accept that Krishna is God and stop these nonsense talk. Otherwise, I'll punch you right there. And he was taken aback. Like imagine a punch of a young American boy in his like 20s, strong, powerful. He was like taken aback. He went to Prabhupada, said, Prabhupada, what are these people? And what are they doing? And no, first he said to him only, yeah. First he said to him, what are you doing? You're supposed to be tolerant. You're supposed to be equipoised. Bhagavad Gita 2.14 says, Tam titikshva subharata, titikshva karunika surida sarvabhutana. These are the qualities of saintly people. He said, well, I'm following Gita. 2 years back before coming to so he said, well, is this your guru is teaching you, right? Is this guru your what are you learning from your guru? What are you learning from Gita? What are you learning from ISKCON? He said, 2 years back I would have not even said anything. I would have not even stopped here. You would have already been knocked down. I stopped. I'm giving you warning. Don't cross your limit. That's the impact of Guru and Gita. That how much I am able to be equipoised, right? So we're all on the journey, right? We can't just say, go from like this to this like tomorrow, right? So we are here, gradually we are trying to slow and steady. The more bhakti, then it will happen. So don't have self-guilt. Acknowledge your feelings, accept your needs, right? It's all about feelings and needs. Acknowledge them. Don't have self-guilt or self-pride. And understand that, see our actions, see our intent. And ultimately, everyone has good intent for their children, for their husband, their wife. But yeah, so we are trained in training. So, and when in doubt, it's okay to pause. The importance of pause is very, very important. Like pause helps so much. When you're not sure what to respond, pause. Okay, I'll get back to you. I need to take time to process this. In this day and age, we were so much used to like quick, 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 quick. And we may sometimes make a bad decision. We may sometimes speak something and then realize I should have not said. Emotions are high, intelligence is low. You remember this? We said uh, in the four questions book. So our when emotions are high, right? Intelligence is low. So emotions are inversely proportional to intelligence. So when we are too angry or too sad or too happy or too mad, don't make a decision. Don't say something. Don't give any promise. Don't say, good or bad. Okay, I'll get back to you. A recent class I shared of His Nature and Prabhu again. Sita Mata was high on emotion, right? Of course, she is a transcendental internal energy of the Lord, but there's a lesson there. The lesson is that when when she was very high in the emotion, when this Maricha dressed as the deer, right, called Lord Ram went and Maricha called out in Lord Ram's voice, Lakshmana, Lakshmana, oh Sita, help me, help me. And then Sita Mata got worried because, emotions, oh, my husband is in danger. Oh, what happened? Maybe there's some Rakshasa trying to cause harm to my husband. So emotions like peak, right? Suddenly. So from like, earlier it was tranquil, forest, deer, birds chirping, nice sattvic environment. Suddenly there's like danger to my husband's life. And then told Lakshmana, go, go, go. Lakshmana said, no, it's not my brother. I know this is some evil plot. And then, so his gets to the nature, and finally you all know that she said, well, you have evil intentions, you're eyeing on upon me, you're looking for the opportunity when your brother will be dead, so you can be with me, and all that. She didn't mean it. So one beautiful lesson when when we are in tension, don't see the intention. When someone speaks words in tension, in stress, or when emotions are high, especially their dear and near one, don't see their intention, उनकी intent, उनकी भावनाओं को, uh, उनकी like don't take it literally. That's another way to say it. Like two people may say, like husband, wife, maybe sometime maybe intention says, get out, never, don't talk to me again, right? They may say like, but do they really mean it, right? Hmm? Not, right? That's not what they mean. That never talk to me. Of course, I'm not saying that we should say that. That's not the point here. But they may sometimes say it. And therefore it's said not to say. Otherwise, things, we know the story how Sita Mata was abducted and kidnapped by Ravana. So of course there's Leela also, but there's beautiful lessons that how things lead one to the other. How does this land? Any thoughts? Is everyone with me, or is it making sense, or too much philosophy?
It's making sense, Prabhuji. Yeah, it's just that at that moment, like, that particular moment, we have to, like, I have to basically, I'm talking for myself. I have to practice to take pause. That's it. Like, so.
Yes. Yes, very, very important. Yes, don't
Absolutely,
focus on
absolutely.
solution.
That's very true, Prabhuji. So, yeah.
Oh, Meena Mataji, thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
Absolutely.
There's a whole lecture about pause also, and it's very important in this busy life these days. We are living in this AI world and jet age. We need time for self-reflection. We're not machines. Like it's machines give button. You press this button, you get this. You're not machines. We need time to take to process, especially if it's, everything doesn't need to, it may feel like, but 99% of things are not urgent. If so, how many of you have this experience that, oh, I should have paused or I should have not responded in the spur of the moment, right? Or not reacted, right? So there's a difference between react and response. The react is immediate, boom. Like in this Gaur Gopal Prabhu gives the example of like you shake the bottle of a carbonated beverage like Coca-Cola or something, and boom, open it. What happens? Splashes. You shake water bottle, normal water, not like sparkling carbonated water, normal water. No matter how hard you shake it, you open it, it responds. The cola reacts. So you have to be like water, not the cola. So even if sometimes people shake us means try to bring the bad side, but be like water. I'm saying it for myself. I'm not being preachy here. I'm sharing what the Shastra is telling all of us to practice. And of course, that's why we are here reading Gita and trying to learn about it. Otherwise, if we let mind run on its own, then naturally we'll go downhill also only. To go uphill, it needs effort, needs practice, needs determination, it needs study. To go downhill, no effort required, right? Very easy. Anyone can do, right? There are no classes about how to say bad words to others. Are there any classes? That natural. 90% how to cause harm to others, how to speak in a way that it causes harm. Most people do it. How to react in anger. Most people do it. But how to be equipoised, how to have mental stability and equilibrium, how to not do tit for tat but tolerate that. That's what titikshva means. It's a beautiful verse on the qualities of sages. On the qualities of sages. See now this my AI bot is helping me to search things faster. The Tidiksha Karunika verse in Bhagavatam, and it brought out the verse so beautifully. Titikshva karunika surida sarvadehina ajata shatrava shanta sadhava sadhu bhushana. The symptoms of a sadhu are tolerant. First symptom, titiksha. And that's what we read in this chapter 2, right? This verse 2.14. The pehla symptom kya hai? Tolerance. Tolerance, tolerance. Karunika, merciful. Suhrida, friendly to all living beings. Sarvadehina, not just to my people. Oh, I am Punjabi, so Punjabiyon naal change hai ji. Baki sab, they go to hell. I don't care. No, that's body. For Indian, India is great because I am Indian. Rest all, I don't care. No, that's or even human beings, wonderful. I'll kill other animals and eat them because I am human being. I don't care about others. No, all living beings, everyone, right? Friendly to all. अजात शत्रु उसका कोई शत्रु ही नहीं है अजात शत्रु का जन्म ही नहीं हुआ that means he does not think anyone as his enemy. Well, other people may think him as his enemy, like Prabhupada. He never considered anyone as his enemy, but some people were envious of him and considered him as an enemy. Yudhishthira Maharaj is said to be a Jata Shatra. He never considered anyone as enemy, but some people did. Peaceful, Shanta, Sadhava, Sadhu Bhushana. They have all these spiritual, saintly qualities. These are the Bhushana. Bhushan means Abhushan. Generally, people wear gold, silver, diamond, jewelry, or artificial jewelry, or something, some paint, makeup, colors, chemicals, whatnot, some head color, face color, this color, that color, makeup, right? They try to make abhushan. But what is the real abhushan for a devotee? Developing these qualities. ये साधु के आभूषण है. To be tolerant, to be equipoised, to respect all. Mm. Mm. See the care. AI is breaking it down also nicely. Prabhupada's summary and application. Hare Krishna. Oh, time flies fast. Any thoughts, comments before we come to a closing? Any questions, corrections? Mm. And please don't feel overwhelmed. We're on a journey, right? The purpose, especially my intention, is always because our goal is not to, when we come in Sadhu Sangha, we should feel uplifted. When we read Gita, Bhagavatam, we should feel uplifted. It should not make us, oh my God, it's so far, I'm so fallen, forget it. No, that's not the intention. Don't look at, okay, I'm not a pure devotee, but am I more? Just take one step further. Next step, next step, next step, one by one. And I'll get there. That's hope, patience. Yes, Anita Mataji.
प्रभु जी मेरे को एक क्वेश्चन था कि जो अभी ह्यूमिलिटी का क्लास हम लोग किए थे एंड आई हैव हर्ड लेक्चर्स आल्सो सो ह्यूमिलिटी मींस लाइक टू नॉट talk about like on self good or bad like it's like to talk about Krishna लेकिन जब हम जैसे भजन है जैसे कौन सा है जो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु उसमें है ना आता है ना कि मोसमा पतित कोई और नहीं तो लाइक उसमें तो फिर
Samapatita Prabhu Nahi Tribhuvane. There's
राइट
one more fallen than me. Yes.
हाँ तो उन सब भजन में तो अपने आप के बारे में बोल ही रहे हैं ना अपने आप को नीच नीच बोल रहे हैं पतित बोल रहे हैं तो वो थोड़ा सा मुझे कनेक्ट नहीं हो पा रहा था कि ओके एट वन साइड वी आर लर्निंग कि ठीक है अपने बारे में नहीं बोलना है अच्छा भी नहीं खराब भी
ऐसा
नहीं
नहीं ऐसा नहीं कह रहे अपने बारे में नहीं बोलना ऐसा पॉइंट नहीं है द पॉइंट इज कि जैसे मान लो दिस गेस गौरंग प्रभु का एक बार इंट्रोडक्शन किया राधेश्याम प्रभु ने पुणे टेम्पल में उन्होंने बहुत गुणगान किया लाइक 5-7 मिनट and as Gauranga Prabhu said well If I say anything, I may take 10 minutes to say how, how I have challenges, I'm not, he's just over glorifying me, right? But I'll use the 10 minutes to speak about Krishna. So the point is a healthy balance is required. Sometimes we meet you, oh, Prabhuji, I am more fallen. I am very, very fallen than you. No, 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 no. You are great. I am more fallen. So पता चला 15 मिनट उसी में ही चला गया. That's not a very healthy idea. Speaking Vaishnava bhajans together, singing Vaishnava bhajans together, great, very nice. We can spend 5 hours there. That's very nice. But because we are trying to remember those great personalities and they have genuine humility. When we speak, do we really think, oh, I'm the most fallen in the 3 words? We don't feel like from the heart, but when we repeat the words of acharyas, the idea is that, okay, one day we'll try to develop that. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, I'm the Lord and the worm in the stool. सोच सकते हैं आप स्टूल में वर्म है उससे भी नीचे मान रहे हैं अपने आप को and they mean it, they're not saying it to just say for the sake of saying it. We may say for the sake, oh, I am the das anudas, but if someone says, hey, गधे हो तुम निकलो, oh, our ego will get hurt, right? मेरे को गधा कैसे बोल दिया, 10 साल से भक्ति कर रहा हूँ, 5 साल से कर रहा हूँ, इतनी कर रहा हूँ, वो कर रहा हूँ, I am great, I am doing this service, that's how dare you call, how dare you just ignore me. Right? So we are trying to be humble. हमारी ह्यूमिलिटी और आचार्यस की ह्यूमिलिटी में बहुत फर्क है. अभी तो हम ह्यूमिलिटी की परिभाषा भी नहीं सीख पाए हैं. So the hope is, yes, we should repeat the words of acharyas. That's very nice. They have genuine humility. By remembering them, Narottam Das Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, etc., we'll also develop those qualities. So a healthy balance. And sometimes what happens, and that's happening more. See, they have to understand the theme. Again, it's not black and white. Many people sometimes they go in the opposite side, like, oh, I am, very, very fallen. I don't have any. I am so fallen. I can't even get to the temple. I'm so fallen. I can't get up early. And what's the use of even chanting, even if I'm late now? And they just stop. Like they're going further down, down, down in the pool of negativity and self-guilt and self-hatred, and it leads to hatred. They are thinking they're being humble, but they're really having self-guilt, self-shame, and they want to isolate themselves. They don't want to be with others. They don't want to go to the temple. They don't want to hear Krishna Katha. If that humility is leading to that thing, the emotional negative whirlpool, no, that's wrong. Stop, right? Start loving oneself. Okay, I am what I am. Because the whole purpose of is that humility helping us to go up in bhakti, or is it leading that real humility will bring us up in bhakti? False humility will bring us down in bhakti. That's a litmus test of any rules and regulation. Any rule, any regulation, any feeling, it's, if it's appropriate, should help us go up. Like Hanuman. Does that help, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, definitely. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
The mood of the other day, the other class was totally different. That day, a lot of people were going through imposter syndrome. That was the challenge. Many devotees are going through that, and it's not helping them in their bhakti. So we need to start giving self-care and self-love to ourselves and to each other. Yes, the goal is far. Yes, there's a big gap in real humility, but I can be discouraging. Oh, there's a long way to go, right? Everyone has a long way. It's okay. Keep trying. Or we can try to help and uplift each other. What is more? What will Krishna like? Think about it.
How about वो जो point मैंने बोला प्रभु जी कि neutral सोचना, मतलब सोचना ही नहीं है, मतलब अच्छा भी नहीं सोचना है, बुरा भी नहीं सोचना है.
To connect, the point is connect to Krishna. I'm grateful. Oh, Krishna was, thank you, Krishna. You helped me to get up early today and I was able to chant good rounds. Please give me this chance tomorrow also. अब आप इसको अच्छा बोलेंगे, बुरा बोलेंगे, neutral बोलेंगे. And it's not I'm broadcasting to the world. I'm talking to myself and Krishna. What do you think? Is it happy, neutral, or sad?
इसको तो हैप्पी बोलेंगे ना.
तो ऐसे thoughts अच्छे हैं. We need to feed such because it's not about me. Krishna, you helped me. So take that pride. Guru Maharaj, thank you. By your mercy, I was able to control the urge today. Some situation happened, but you helped me to not do tit for tat. Thank you so much. If it was not for you, I would have spoken something bad. So connect there and feel happy and try to uplift. Rather than thinking, oh wow, oh I'm growing in bhakti. Wow, what I did today, I was so amazing, right? That's not good. Or the other extreme. Oh my God, someone said bad to us, and yeah, my life is waste. I'm not doing much. Look at that devotee. Oh, she is doing so nice. He's doing so nice. I'm like worm in the stool. I don't mean it, but I'm saying it just because I've read Bhaktivinoda Thakur's bhajan. So connect to Guru and Krishna and try to uplift. That's the mood. So be happy. Prabhupada said, right? Chant and be happy, right? But that happiness linked to Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, Krishna, that is sustainable. एकाकी
Yes.
हमारा नहीं पाया बल तुम्हारा शक्ति आचे. अकेले हम में बल नहीं है, but by mercy of Guru and Krishna, mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate niyat kripa tamaham vande Shri Guru dintarinam paramananda madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. That whole verse is happy. I am fool. I am lame. I am dumb. But by mercy of Guru and Krishna, I can cross any obstacles.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Very poor. Yes, Sheetal Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, it's me.
Hari Bol, Prabhu.
Hari Bol. Prabhuji, I was just listening all, and I was kind of reflecting. So I was thinking like tolerance is the goal, but to reach there, is it fair enough to say that it will start from having the trust in the God and faith and the surrender? Because if it any unfavorable things happen, then also trust His plan and take it like a mercy. If there is any favorable thing is happening, again take it like His plan and see that His mercy is coming, His daya is coming. And that way, if we keep practicing in that way, day by day, week by week, month by month, then eventually the goal of tolerance can be achieved, or will be there. Is that a fair practice to do? And that is starting point by, like that way we don't get so much disturbed and don't get distressed or don't get depressed. And then again, if something is happening really good, don't be so elated that um, so I was just thinking like that. Do you think I'm thinking along somewhere is right? Want your comment, Prabhuji?
Yes, that is correct. It's God's mercy. Yeah, that's what I mainly heard. You're saying it's by God's mercy, Krishna's mercy.
Is Krishna mercy? I heard in one of the lecture, it said there was a question that when do we know the भगवान की कृपा मुझे मिली है, and when do we know कि भगवान का दया मुझे मिला है? That Maharaj was saying that whenever any unfavorable things happen to you, take it like a कृपा. It's कृपा क्योंकि आपका भगवान पुराना जो है ना बैलेंस को सही कर रहे हैं. When anything favorable things happen to you, that's his दया. वो आपको दुलार कर रहे हैं. तो ये दोनों में आप उनका कृपा और दया, that word was kind of distinguished, and that way you will not be over in either way, positively भी ज़्यादा नहीं होगा, negatively भी नहीं ज़्यादा होगा. So I was kind of relating this tolerance कैसे, like equipoised, how we become equipoised. That is the goal. Krishna likes these qualities, but process. So I was thinking so I thought, let me think loud with you and see, because this is the right class going on about tolerance.
Absolutely, Prabhuji. Thank you for sharing your thoughtful comments. And process is the same in every aspect of bhakti, step by step, gradually. Ultimately, how will these divine qualities come? Not by our own, by taking full shelter of Krishna. Krishna, I can't do on my own. You help me. Vaishnavas, you help me. Guru Maharaj, you help me. It's very hard.
Yes.
Devi Isha Gurnamai Mamma Duratteya. But we will get what we put in. And tests will come. Welcome the tests. Krishna will give small tests. Like first class के बच्चे का first class का exam होगा, then third वाला, then fifth वाला, seventh बढ़ता जाएगा.
Correct.
तो भगवान हमारा परीक्षा लेंगे अलग अलग तरीके से. So the people or the circumstances which come as test, कई बार टेस्ट आता तो हम उस मैडम को ही well, why are you giving me test? Well, this test is for you to see how much you have developed tolerance. And that generally, which child likes test, so we also don't like tests. So, but it's good for us. So again, there's nothing new. We don't have to go to like a tolerance management seminar, but the key is the same. A, B, C, D, Sadhu Sangha, Nam Kirtan, Bhagavad Shravan. And watch out. These things we may not be able to see overnight or with one day, but if you honestly just introspect, you can see oneself maybe last year versus this year, maybe 3 years back. How was I? What kind of language was I speaking 3 years back? And what kind of language do I use now? What kind of emotions do I go through if rough circumstances happen in my life 3 years back versus now? What kind of emotional peaks, crests, and trough kitna tha pehle versus now? Then we'll be able to see, am I moving in the right direction? And sometimes we can take, what we say, we may not see our own blind spot. So we need to look like, is it over the shoulder? To look over the shoulder, one side Guru, one side Krishna, right? So ask Guru, ask those, Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru. Can you help me identify my blind spot? How am I doing? Am I doing on the right track? Things like those are helpful. Guru gives us feedback, right?
Yes, Prabhuji, certainly, yeah. So yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Always take a very deep analysis, and then you have you have a little unique kind of analysis. I hear in that, and that's kind of makes it more easy to understand as well as to apply. So again, thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Yeah. On the same note, Prabhuji, I just want to share my realization also about you. Like when you analyze, I also see that you also apply, like on yourself. So, and that is very inspiring. It's not that just for saying purpose you say something. So yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
I'm ready to go. So please pray for me so I can, earnestly apply, and because that's what is the most important thing. Chat GPT can tell you a million times better response now. If I ask, and especially now the bot is there, right? How to practice tolerance based on Gita. You'll get a very good response, and you all have access also now. But we need living examples. So step by step, krame, keep trying, keep sincerely endeavoring, and will happen, right? Will happen. Okay, I think it's a little bit late, so we'll pause here. Thank you so much for joining. Bhagavad Gita
Thank you.
Upanishad ki jai, Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta
Jai,
Bhaktivinda ki jai,
Jai.
Lokesh Chakrapa Sindhu ki jai.
Ubhayam Patkanam
Bhavne
Bhavne
Vyo Vaishnavi
Vaishnavi
Namo.
Namo Namaha.
Thank you. Hare